Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday, June 29th, and today we were in Glacier Bay. If you're new around here, I'm on the Holland America Koningsdam and having a splendid time. This is my first time cruising with Holland America. I cruised with Princess 14 times and 3 of them were to Alaska. And so I've been making notes and thinking about what I think the differences are, what the similarities are, and a little bit what I think about maybe which line is better. Although I've decided that one is not better than the other. There's a couple of things that are different, but, and I'll tell you what those are, but I think they're both wonderful. So I want to start off by welcoming all of our Let's Go family members and welcoming all of you who are new. We are really grateful to have you all with us. Gordon and I very much appreciate you watching our videos and for everything that all of you bring to our Let's Go family. If any of you haven't subscribed yet, we would love it if you would please subscribe. It will make you a member of the Let's Go family, and I think you're really going to enjoy being here, and you will learn lots of really helpful information that you need to know if you've got a cruise booked or you're thinking of going on a cruise or really traveling much right now at all. And you know what, even if you just like to think about cruising, this is the place for you. So first of all, before we get into the news and the updates, I wanted to show you really quick. This is my new little elephant. He had a little chocolate right here and I don't know where it went. I'm saving those to bring home to Gordon, but he's just a cute little duffer and I just wanted to show him to you. I have 2 room stewards. Their names are Mohammed and Alex, and they do a very nice job of keeping my room tidy and just making sure everything is spit spot, as well as making little elephants. So I thought that was very nice of them and wanted to show you. So another quick thing that I wanted to tell you about being on the Koningsdam right now is every day, I think it shows up on the schedule like at 8 o'clock, it says that you can pick up the word games, word puzzles, whatever they call them on that at 8 a.m. at guest services. And so every time I have gone there, there's always been a long line, and I thought, well, I'm not going to stand in a long line just to ask about that. But today I was walking by one time and there wasn't a line, so I stopped and asked. So they have a crossword puzzle every day and then a number puzzle every day. Actually 2 of them here. So that's kind of fun so that you can have something to do if you would like. And the really helpful thing is that the lady at guest services that I got mentioned that these are also up at the crow's nest. So you don't have to wait in a long line if you don't want to. Here on the Koningsdam, guest services is right on level 3, and the crow's nest is all the way forward up on 12. And so be aware of that when you're trying to find it, that you have to go up to 11 and out and over and then up. At least that's the only way that I could figure out to get there. And so it just works really well, but just know all the way forward. So anyway, this is really handy. And the crow's nest is where they have these huge windows open all the way around. It's like a lounge, like lots of sofas. You can look out all of the windows with lots of other sofas to just enjoy visiting or sitting there and taking in the view. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Now there's some updates that I want to talk about. A few of them are based on a lot of questions that we're getting, and some of them, one of them is just on one comment, and then I've got updates on the Island Princess, and so that's really fun. So first of all, somebody asked about payphones. Are there payphones in ports? You know what? I don't think that there's a payphone anywhere anymore. I have not seen any in any of the ports that we have been in, and I just don't think payphones are a thing anymore because people have cell phones. And so it reminded me to remind all of you how important it is to have a cell phone and to have a cell phone that works where you are going. So whether or not you think you're going to need to have it, you need to have it. Because in this day and age of COVID and just everything that can happen with your flights, just with everything, you need to have a cell phone that works. And make sure that wherever you are traveling to, that your plan accommodates for that, or you know what the charges will be if you have to be on hold. So a couple of weeks before we left on our cruise, I did a video where I lined up everything that I had thought of and lined up and made sure that I had in order and knew how to handle if one of us tested COVID on the ship, if we tested COVID, testing to come back into the United States, and that is no longer a thing, but testing positive for COVID on a cruise ship is, and getting sick with anything even if it's not COVID or having a medical emergency is still something. You never know when that's going to happen. And so you need to have a phone that works. So I'm going to have Gordon link that video underneath this one so that you can take a look at that, and it might prompt you just to think about some things that you need to be able to do. But I wanted to let you know, I don't think that there are any payphones anywhere. And so be prepared with your own phone, okay? And you know what, if you are somebody who really does not want to get a cell phone with a plan, they have little throwaway phones that you get and they work for so many minutes or whatever, and then you dispose of them. So you don't necessarily have to be obligated to having a cell phone and a phone plan that lasts for years if you don't want to have to do that. So look around at what the options are. Another thing here that I wanted to let you know about is, oh, and also if you are going to go on a cruise, we have a Let's Go family member that one of I think their fathers is in congestive heart failure, and they'll be, of course, on their cruise. Now, if you go, I believe it's on the princess.com website, and you look under on board, once you're, you can see they have like contact phone numbers for all of the ships. And then also, if you have a phone plan that, you know, people can call you, or you can use Wi-Fi on the ship and then use the voice over IP like I've been doing with Gordon. When my phone would not work, I could usually get a phone call through to him on our Vonage, which is the same thing as, you know, there's a lot of different services that do that, but it just uses the internet for the call rather than the phone service for the call. So that's another really good option for any of you that need to know that. If you don't want to use your phone plan, then use the Wi-Fi, but make sure that you have that in place. And then, like I said, that there is a phone number for every ship so that if someone has an emergency, they can call and get a hold of you. So I just wanted to make everyone aware of that. And I also wanted to thank our Let's Go family members who were so kind to post the right phone numbers that she needed for that. Thank you. You are loves, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. The next thing that I wanted to let you know about, and this is kind of fun, the Island Princess set sail today, the 29th, from Southampton to go on a cruise. It's like Scandinavia, and it goes to Scandinavia and in the Baltic area there it goes like to, let's see, it leaves from Southampton, it goes to Finland and Sweden and Estonia and Lithuania and Latvia and Denmark. I can't remember if it goes to Norway or not. But anyway, she set sail today, and my sister is on that cruise, as well as I think Christine is also on that cruise, our Let's Go family member, and I think some other ones of you as well. So I would love to get updates from all of you, because it is really amazing that as we all experience different things, it really helps inform all of us. So one of us might, you know, we might all be on the same ship, but having different experiences in different places. So it really helps all of us to know what's going on. But she said that there are 1,023 passengers, which is not quite 50%. The capacity for the Island Princess is 2,200 passengers. So I thought that was really good. They also got the notice that we got when we boarded the Regal Princess in Rome. And I love that Princess went out of their way to put a whole letter together about it. They just point out that how important inclusiveness is with all of their crew and all of their passengers, and they speak for a few paragraphs there. They talk about everything that they are trying to do to support all of their Ukrainian and Russian crew members and give them whatever help it is that they need to cope with the ongoing situation with Russia invading Ukraine. And so my heart's, you know what, I just told you about this long ago when when it first happened, and not a day goes by that I don't think of the people in Ukraine and pray for them, and the people in Russia who are just good people and have no control over what's going on. And so I know all of you are similar, but I really appreciate that Princess is talking about that and doing all they can to support their crew on that. And then they also have a notice about what the health protocols are on the cruise. And to start off, it says, I thought someone told me that you have to wear a mask, but my sister sent me a photo of the letter, and it says that masks are highly recommended, but not required. And it talks about how you have to wear them like in embarkation and debarkation, and if you're required to wear them in any place, you know, in a port, of course you should wear them if that's one of their requirements. But everything that that notice said, they are recommended but not required. So I'm anxious to hear any updates if anybody has heard anything else about that. And then let's see, now I'm going to try to go through some things that people have asked me about the Holland America Koningsdam here and sailing on Holland America. So first of all, one thing that is a little bit different on Holland America is the dining. And so you have the Lido marketplace, which is their buffet, and then you have one main dining room, and it's like a 2-level dining room, so it's larger than one of Princess's dining rooms. But so you have this one, and like I said, it's 2 levels, and it is open certain hours. But one thing that is, and then you have your specialty restaurants, okay? And so this evening I ate at Tamarind for dinner, and it really is as good as people say. It is an Asian food restaurant, and it really is really, really good. I got the, let's see, for an appetizer, I got tempura shrimp, because I always love that. And then for the main course, I got, I think it's called a coconut Penang curry and with chicken, and it was just spectacular. It was absolutely delicious. And then they have little sides, and you can, I guess, have as many as you want, because I just asked for they have 2 kinds of rice, just steamed rice or fried rice or a Dungeness crab rice. And I said to the waitress, well, which do you recommend? And she recommended the Dungeness crab rice, so I got that. And then she also recommended the bok choy and the mushrooms. And the mushrooms, I haven't never had mushrooms that taste like that. They were so extraordinary. They were just absolutely delicious, but the bok choy and the Dungeness crab rice was delicious also. And then for the dessert, because I was so full, she recommended, and I could not finish all of the food, and I am someone that hates to waste food. I ate as much as I could, and then I told her I was too full for dessert, but she was so kind and insisted that she had a recommendation, and it was a fluffy passion fruit dessert with a little bit of passion fruit sorbet with it. And it was very, very good too. I couldn't finish that either, but it was delicious. So anyway, so they have these different specialty restaurants here on board as well. But one thing that's a little bit different is the Lido Marketplace is just open from 7 to 10 a.m. That's when you're gonna eat your breakfast. From 11:30 to 2 is lunch. And then from 5:30 to 8 p.m. is dinner, and then it's closed. And you're not gonna be getting anything. You're not gonna be getting cookies. When it's closed, you're not gonna be getting anything. And so then it opens up again from 10:30 to 11:30 p.m. So last night I went up there and was ready to see what they opened at 10:30 p.m. so I could let you all know. It was kind of interesting. I went there at about 10:20 because as soon as I got done there, I was going to go to bed, and because today was an early day. And so I go up there and like nobody is there on either side, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it's really gonna open. And do you know, at about 10:30 they opened, and lots of people came, and it was really interesting to me. But lots of people came, but they just opened one station, and I know they had like meatballs and rice. They didn't have any tags up, you know, little labels to say what anything was, so I'm not sure what it was. But only one person was doing the serving. So when one passenger would come and say what they wanted, then she'd go down the line and put on their plate what they wanted and hand it to them at the end, and then she'd have to go back and start all over. By the time I left the line, and it took like 5 minutes, the line was down and around clear to the other side of the buffet. It was a huge line. And so they had that, and then they put a few kinds of dessert out just that you could take your own little plate of dessert. But like I said, there were like no cookies. The bars were not open. The gentleman, they had the one lady serving everybody, and then the one gentleman was going around. He had a pitcher of water and a pitcher of lemonade, and just asked anybody what they wanted to drink. And so that is how they do it on Holland America. And so I was just a little surprised that they didn't have more people serving to make it go a little faster, and I was a little bit surprised that they didn't have a line open like with rolls or cookies or just other little snack things that people might like. So be aware that if you want a cookie, you should just get in line during pretty much 11:30 to 2 or 5:30 to 8 to get it, and you will be in a line, because I haven't been getting cookies because I don't think I'm an impatient person, but I don't want to wait behind several people to get a cookie. And so I wish they would do that a little bit different. Another thing that's really interesting, so they always have the main dining room, like on C days especially, it's open for lunch. I think it was open today, but everybody was outside. But I have not seen, I see a long line for people to be able to get into the main dining room, but honestly it seems to go really quick. I know that people can have reservations and people can just walk up. There's not a sign to say if you have a reservation or if you don't, but I have noticed that it, like, you know, to separate you out, you just, but like I said, I've noticed that the line moves very quickly. And so I wanted to let you know about that. And so then other than that, they've got the dive-in burgers that's out by the pool at the back. And that is, sorry, deck 9 midship. So it's more the other pool, I apologize. And it's open from 11:30 to 6. And that does have your hamburgers and your French fries. And then the New York Deli and Pizzeria, it is open from 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. So yesterday I was mistaken when I said you can't get a pizza late anywhere. You can, and they don't make a big pizza and cut it up and give you a slice like they do on Princess. They make you your own pizza, and it's about probably, you know, maybe a 12-inch pizza. And they have ones that you can pick from. It doesn't cost extra. So you can go up there and order it and then just wait. They'll give you a little buzzer thing, or you can order it on the app and then go get it. And that's what I did for dinner last night. I just ordered it, and then they had a caprese salad, so I ordered that as well. That was complimentary. So I ordered it here, and by the time I got up there to get it, it was ready. And the caprese salad was a little bit different than the caprese salad that I'm used to, but it was so fresh and absolutely delicious. It had a variety of cut up lettuces in it, and then some tomatoes. It didn't have any mozzarella cheese or anything, but it just had like a kind of a balsamic dressing on it. But it was so fresh and good that it was absolutely delicious. I didn't even mind that it wasn't really a caprese salad. So I wanted to let you know that you can get pizza there late. Like I said, it's open 11:30 to 11:30. So that is an option if you're wanting a drink. I'm sorry, if you're wanting pizza. And then when I was there, the bar was going to close kind of soon, but I know that casino bar is open late. So remember that if you want a drink, just go there. Let's see, those are the main places. And then here they've got the Canaletto, the Pinnacle Grill, the Tamarind, and then the Rudy Seldamar. Those are the specialty restaurants. And the Nami Sushi, you can just walk up. You don't need a reservation. Or if you are eating at Tamarind and you want to order some sushi from the menu, you can just do it while you're there. I didn't order any while I was there because they gave me so much food that I couldn't have eaten it if I had it. So, but if anything, I've only heard good things about the sushi. Anyone that I have spoken with that has eaten there says that it's very good. So if you have more questions about dining, let me know. I mentioned the Club Orange. They do have that dining room, and it's just an enclosed area all on its own on deck 3. I think it's on 3. Maybe it's on 2. Anyway, it's on deck 2 or 3. I've walked by there lots of times, and I never see people waiting. I just see people seated, and it seems like they are very attentive there. So I just wanted to bring everybody up to date on those dining options. Oh, and you know what? There's the Dutch Cafe. I don't know if they call it the New Dutch Cafe. I can't remember, but I know it closes at 8:30 and it opens, I don't know what time it opens, but in the morning it's open and then it closes at 8:30. So hopefully that helps some of you know what to prepare for today, since it was Glacier Bay and the Rangers were here and everything was starting. Like, we entered Glacier Bay at 6, and then they had a Ranger talk at 7 up in the Crow's Nest. I just did room service again, and it was really good. And they are very prompt with the room service. They do a very nice job with that. I highly recommend that. Let's see. And so basically I just spent a lot of time up on the top deck for a while there, because I'd gone to the Ranger Talk and all of that. And so I stayed outside on the top for a while. One thing I do notice that's a little bit different between Princess and Holland America is the way the Princess ships are designed up on the top is that that big open area there is really open. So you can easily see across, like if you're on one side and you're up on the top deck and you want to look at the whole vista, you can see it easier. The way that the Holland America is, the little cover for the pool comes up, and then some other things that they've got. So you're not gonna stand quite, unless you're super tall, you're not gonna stand there. And even if you're super tall, they've got more things there on the top that I just noticed it's not quite as easy to see the whole vista if you wanna see all of the mountains that are around you when you're there, but that's not a deal breaker. I just noticed it when I was there today, and I was trying to video so that you could see in the circle, and I don't think it went, I don't think you kind of got the view that I was hoping to give you on that, but it was just a spectacular day. It was beautiful and sunny. It was beautiful really early, and then it started to fog up a little bit as we were starting to go in. Not fog up, just have really low clouds, and I thought, oh dear, I wonder if we're going to have a little bit of weather after all. But then it just cleared right up, and it was beautiful. The places that Holland America takes you up close to the John Hopkins Glacier there to the end as far as they're allowed to go, and then with the Marjorie and the Grand Pacific Glacier, and that is exactly the same as Princess does. And so you're not going to see different glaciers, you're not going to get any closer to the glaciers, it is exactly the same, and I think that's valuable information as well. So don't be thinking that there's a difference between cruise lines on what you're going to get to see. I know on the Holland America website they mentioned the McBride Glacier, and we didn't go by the McBride Glacier today, and if we did, they didn't announce it, but I don't think we did. I should double check on the map, but I thought that that was really nice. So I just had a beautiful day, spending a lot of time out on the balcony and having a wonderful time. I looked at my phone to see if I could go live when I was up here, just to show you for 15 minutes, and there was not the Wi-Fi to do it. I was somewhere in there, I had to do some work, and it was really hard, and couldn't do everything that I'd hoped to do. And so just be aware that on your Glacier Bay day, don't count on your Wi-Fi very much. I used it to try to call Gordon for a minute, and it just kept cutting out. So just be aware that there are some times that it's going to be hard to get any Wi-Fi at all, and the rest of the time it's just slow. So let's see what else to tell you. So pretty much I was just out on deck all day long, thoroughly enjoyed doing everything. I need to post a picture. We had a group picture for the Holland America group that I'm with, just the seminar at sea, so that was really fun, and we got to go out on the bow of the ship. That area there is it's really nice. It's not huge, but it's very nice, and it's fun to be right out. If you've been on one of the older Princess ships where they had the open bow, it's the same thing. It's like, you know, when you go on the open bow, like when we came in 2017, it was on the Star Princess. So when you can walk out front and just see, you know, the ship going right through the front and be on the front, it's quite similar to that, except for it's not covered since it's open. But we really enjoyed that, and they did hand out the split pea soup. So if you're here, the time for that is actually right on the schedule. I think it was at 10:15 today, and so that was really fun. It's delicious. It's a fun thing to try. They just go, and they were doing it on all the open decks. So if you were out on the bow, they were doing it, as well as on the sides and on the top. So they cover really well with that. Let's see, anything else? I think that is the most thing. I would just say if you're gonna go to Glacier Bay, just plan to spend the day out on your balcony or out on the top decks, wherever you would like to be, so that you can enjoy the beautiful scenery. It is truly spectacular, and it's one of those places where you just feel that it is an extra special place. There's just something about Glacier Bay, and I think it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm very grateful very grateful and realize how blessed I am to get to come here and have the chance to travel. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you have any other questions, let me know. I really appreciate all of you so very much. I appreciate you watching our videos. And so if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this a thumbs up? That'll really help us out. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.